As promised, this is this video you asked for about how I wrap my scarves. And if you haven't already, please like my website, www.redefininghealth.com. Thank you for watching and subscribe. So here you see me preparing a scarf. I speeded this up because this ended up being way longer than I thought it was going to be. So I normally take a scarf, normally a bed scarf, whatever, a satin scarf. Make sure my hair is all tucked in, and wrap my hair with the scarf. Then after I get the scarf wrapped, I'm sorry, I was on the phone with my sister because she was concerned about something. I don't even know. But I wrap the scarf, make sure all the ends are tucked away, and then I choose a scarf. So as you see, I got a lot of scarves, and the reason is because most time people know you wear scarves, and then they give you more scarves. And then I went like a whole 2 years without wearing my hair out because I wore mostly scarves. And I still wear a lot of scarves because they're so much easier. So I choose my scarves, and for this video, I'm gonna choose 3 different colors. I got this linen scarf. Here is me trying to figure it out. Different kinds, stretch cotton knit, cotton, different ones. So people give me scarves. I like buying scarves. So for this purpose, I'm using this scarf, which is a nice cotton scarf, cotton rayon blend, and that linen scarf that you just saw. So generally, I put the scarf wherever I want it, and I normally, sometimes I tie all the scarves, sometimes I don't. For this purpose, I end up tying the scarf for whatever reason. So I tie the scarf in the back, just one single knot, not two. And I choose whatever other scarf I'm wearing. And whatever scarf you put on last is going to be the one, your outside color. So I put that scarf to the inside, and then this scarf goes on, and I normally don't tie the scarves in between because if you have too many knots at the back of your head, it'll give you a headache. So there, I'm positioning it. Make sure they're nice and snug though. So I'm doing 3 scarves. In the Rapunzel video, they had theirs, one side was longer than the other one. For this video, I did, the scarves were even. So that's something to consider when you're deciding how you want to tie your scarf. So you'll have now 6 pieces, 3 on each side. So take those pieces, make sure you got one of each color on each side, like you see me doing there. And then I tie the very last scarf. You see, I was kind of thinking about whether I was or not. And then you braid it in a 3-strand braid, and then braid it all the way to the end. So when the scarves start getting little, because all of them aren't going to be the same size, I normally just tuck them away. So I tuck the end away, and then 2-strand twist, and then once I get to the end of that 2-strand twist, then I leave the ends and tuck those away. So there, I wrap it around. Make sure it's nice and snug, especially the first one, because if you don't, then it'll move around. You don't want it to move around because it'll make the whole thing shift. So tuck it around. Make sure the ends are tucked in. But I always make sure my ends are all tucked in nice. But you don't necessarily have to. I've gone without tucking them all the way in the first time because I was in a rush, and it still worked out. And then you just braid the other side. And once you get the other side braided, you do the same thing. Just wrap that around the loose ends and place your scarf where you want it. Now there at the top, this is the last one, so you really want to make sure those ends are tucked in nice. So I tucked in those ends, made sure all the fringes were inside, and then I tucked it. Now you see me kind of layering that orange piece. I know it don't look orange in this video, but it's orange. I layered that orange piece across the top because I wanted that orange piece to be out as part of my style. But you can or you can't, whatever you feel like, because like I said, it's all based on how I feel. And that's the finished look. And then of course I go back and play with the front to make sure it's lined up. And that's how it looks in the back. So I always play with it in the front, make sure it's all lined up nice, and whatever way I want it to look. And there you see me playing with it some more to make sure it look okay. So yeah, that's how it is. I wear this to church. I wear it. So for my second wrap, this one is probably one of my go-tos. because I like the ball in the back. Oh, that one's coming loose. And then I always make sure my scarf is tied up. And then I go ahead and wrap this one so it look like I got a big ball in the back because my hair is short, not like you all that's in this group. So just make sure my hair is wrapped up. It don't matter how this one look because it's gonna be covered up anyway. So I'm gonna go with a pashmina scarf. So just like this. And this one is one that I got. You can use either color, and how you border your scarf is based on what you want the outside to look like. So I can either border it this way with the edge of the scarf, but most of the time I like this black part, so I choose a line and fold it back. Since I got a really big forehead, I always pull it down around my forehead. Okay, make sure one side is longer than the other one, or at least I do. You can choose. And then it crosses over. It depends on how long you're gonna wear it. You can tie it or not. Most of the time I tie it because I don't want it to move. So I pull it tight and then I tie it. But just for this purpose, I'm not gonna tie it because I'm gonna take it right back down. And so one is gonna wrap your bun. I think I wanna wrap it with that other side out. So I'm gonna turn that side out. Now I got a nice little fold. Hold this side tight. And then wrap that. And then that's gonna wrap around my bun. And make sure the strays are tucked away. And then tuck that away. It's a lot of tucking. I know with some cultures they use pins, but I'm always nervous that the pins are going to stick me in the head. So for this one, I want the black side out, so I'm going to fold it to make sure the black side is out. And then go straight across the top. And the reason I put this one on top of my head, so you see how it's going across the top of my head, the reason I put it on top of my head instead of on the back in the ball is because I want the extra support. So the ball gonna get heavy because your hair is back there, and then you got the scarves, and then a lot of your tucks and folds. So I put that one on top to kind of secure it a lot more, and that's why I brought the black part out, so that way it'll look that way. And you see my border, and you can play with it and get to where you want it to be. So that's that one. And this actually lasts all day, and I wear this to work. So that's that one. And this one is actually easier to take down. So even if I don't tie it in the back, it's still easier to take down, and it don't move as much as some of the other ones. And my last go-to, so that was that one. And then I was telling you I use linen scarves, so this is the linen, and the linen scarves tend to be a lot bigger. They're like 160 by, I think it's 160 by 60. And so I sometimes use the silk satiny ones like this one. I like the stretch cotton knit ones like this one. So let me do this stretch cotton knit one. So this is some fabric I got from Hobby Lobby, and it was on sale for cheap. And I'm just not gonna take this one off. You can't, I mean, you don't have to keep that one on there. But I placed it on the back of my head, Make sure the colors are outside, so you might have to fold it and bring this side around. I like to make a V in the front of my head. Unfortunately, you're going to be able to see that scarf under there. So then I take this top part and fold it. And bring it around. And just keep bringing it around till you run out of fabric. This is probably not the best one because it got the two colors, but it'll be okay. Just for demonstration purposes. I'm not going to wear this outside today. So you just keep going around in a circle until you run out of fabric, and then tuck the fabric away. And play around with it. Make sure this was probably not the best piece, but this is just showing how stretch cotton knit give you a different look. So that's the stretch cotton knit. And let me see. And that's the back. You can still see that bun. You can move your bun anywhere you want, and it'll still work. But that was a stretch cotton knit. Oh, real quick, let me do that goddess one. I'm gonna take this one off. That's giving me too much of a bump in the back. Okay, use one I've already used. And this is actually one I like to do with so you want to fold it so you got a triangle like that, and put the triangle on the back of your head. Some people put it on the front. I always put it on the back. And you see this is linen. Linen gives a little bit, but if you tie it too tight, it'll also give you a headache. So we're going to go for that same start, but we're going to twist. You're going to have a lot of extra fabric at the beginning, but it'll be okay. And I normally have one of those bed scarves that's like a straight rectangle. I don't normally wear the triangle one, but for some reason I can't find it. It's probably in the laundry waiting to be washed. So this one goes that way. I know sometimes they look crazy in the process, but once you get it going, some people leave their fringes out. I don't, because I don't like the fringes hanging, because they'll annoy me during the day. I won't get on the floor, because when I lift it, it's going to be high. And then you pull it up to where you want it. And even though there's not anything right there, it's really secure. It don't move. It stay all day. Okay, let me get it back off this floor. Probably. So that's how it look in a bit. Usually doing this one, I use 4 yards because I like it tall. But that's that one. And this one comes down real easy. And it's pretty simple. Alright, let me know which one you try.